What's up, brick builders? Mayor Brick here. Look, I know it's been a minute since I've last uploaded on this channel, and I will have a video coming out very shortly to explain what is going on. Basically, my wife and I were building a house. We've been going through the process the past couple months of picking out all the design features, etc., etc. I'll have a video coming out shortly to give you an overview of what we're building, and I'm so excited to bring you along for that journey because there will be a huge basement for my Lego city and a proper Lego studio. So we'll bring you along for that journey as we build that out and get that all set up. So stay tuned for that series. But today we are at the Lego store in Castleton Mall in Indianapolis, Indiana, because it is the release day, May 15th, for the NASA Artemis Space Launch System. I'm so excited for this set. I love space. I'm wearing an appropriate t-shirt here today. And so we're gonna go in, we're gonna buy the set. We're gonna get that really cool GWP as well. It's like a space diner. I wanna modularize that down the road and make like a really neat modular style space themed retro diner. How's that? All right, let's go in, let's get the set, and we'll build it later in this video as well. Let's go. It is very rainy, gloomy, and gross today. Perfect day to build Lego. Lego. All right, so it's almost time to go, and you can see they have the new Milky Way set already on display here, which this looks pretty amazing. With all those pastel colors, it's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be. We're not gonna be picking this one up today. We're just gonna be getting the Artemis Space Launch System, but it definitely does look pretty cool. All right, here she be. This is the NASA Artemis Space Launch System on full display at the Lego store. This thing looks beautiful. It's a really cool display too. All right, set and GWP secured. Let's go home and build it. And here it is, the NASA Artemis Space Launch System. This is set number 10341 with 3,601 pieces. Just taking a look at the packaging, the box art is pretty neat. The box itself is 21.5 inches tall and 15 inches wide by 6 inches deep. Inside the box, we have 29 bags and 2 loose Technic rods, and of course the envelope here for the instructions and stickers. Looking at the instructions, they have excellent detail on the history of the NASA Artemis Space Launch mission. There's an overview of the flight, key facts, and there's really neat color and pictures. Overall, it's a great instruction manual. There is just one instruction manual. It's very thick and about 370-ish pages. Of course, you have a inventory of all the pieces at the end. And like I said, some good educational material throughout about the mission. The build itself was a very enjoyable experience. First you start with the base, then you go to the tower, and then you complete the build with the rocket. The model itself at the end is 28 inches high, 11 inches wide, and 12 inches deep. There are a few sections that are a bit repetitious, specifically the tower build with all those little bar elements and the clips, but there are some minor variances throughout to help break up the monotony of the build. The part that was most monotonous to me was the 88 light bluish gray tap elements with the nozzles. I think that was meant to represent a fence around the perimeter of the base. There is a very helpful guide, though, in the instructions that help you see a top-down bird's eye view in case you are like me and forget where you are. There is a neat nod to the octane colors in the gas station build in front of the rocket. There's 3 stacked 1x2 curved plates in green, red, and white, and it's a nice little hidden detail and nod to octane. The tower construction didn't feel delicate at all. It's a bunch of smaller pieces that make it up, so I thought it was going to be a bit fragile during the build process, but it was very sturdy. I did make one mistake though with the 1x2 dark bluish gray bricks that make up the core of the tower. I did not catch this during the build process, but I have some turned the wrong direction, period. By the time I realized it, I was too far gone. So we will have to live with it like this. A new element was used as well in this build, the 2x2 turntable element, and that is to represent the hatch on the crew bridge. And there is some interesting part usage in this build, particularly the element used for the main engine nozzles was originally meant to depict a beehive. And funny enough, the element is actually called Mini Hat number 54. If I had to pick one thing that irks me most about this set is the stickers, specifically the white on white stickers. LEGO notoriously has some color variation amongst their molds and their elements and whatnot, but for me, a white sticker has a very stark white background, but the white elements can have some fading or some discoloring from the beginning, not much. But when you put a white sticker that is stark white on a white LEGO element, they are not going to be the same shade of white, and it just stands out like a sore thumb to me. In this set specifically, there are a number of printed elements throughout the build, so I don't know why that wasn't just 100% consistent throughout. And then once you finish the build, you can see the full effect of the movable elements to represent the crew bridge, the fuel, connections, and various attachments. The price point of this I think is pretty fair. It's $260 US, which brings it to a little over 7 cents a piece. The icons line is averaging 8 cents a piece, so this is a pretty good value. Overall experience, I really enjoyed this set. I loved watching it come together. I love the orange and the dark orange elements, the bar elements, and the overall presence of this set is very sharp and it looks great as a display piece. Highly recommend if you're into the NASA display models or just space in general. And that's going to do it for today. That's the overview of the NASA Artemis Space Launch System, the buy, the build, and the review. See you next time.